Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the Groundhog Day Hop, where we are scrap lifting ourselves from the layout we did last year on Groundhog's Day, which was a scrap lift of another layout we did in a prior year. So this is the layout that I made last year. I'm going to pop it up in the upper right hand corner there for you, and I am going to try to recreate it using all of the papers and stuff from the Spectrum Sherbert collection from 49 and Market, which is what I am using for Kit Conspiracy this month. This is not an official Kit Conspiracy layout because we are committing to posting, and by we I mean MK and I, we are committing to posting on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and since today is not Tuesday or Saturday, this is officially a bonus video. And you're probably going to get several of those this month because I've got so much in this collection. I am trying to go ahead and use up as much as I can. So I have 4 photos, and these are the girls that I take care of. I mostly have the younger one, not the older one, although I did have the older one until she went off to school. And for Christmas, I had bought them a science kit, and after school on one of the days, we decided to do some science experiments. And so that's what they're doing in the photos, and the older one has on the scientist jacket and goggles or glasses, and the younger one has her sunglasses on. And I know you can't see that in the photo, but because they are covered for privacy purposes, but she wanted to be like Big Sister and have her own glasses as well, so she's wearing sunglasses. But anyway, I really liked the pink of this what they consider their solids for the 49 and Market collection, and so I thought I would use that. It is one of the older one's favorite colors, and this will go in her scrapbook that I am making for her, because all 4 of the photos have photos of her in it. The younger one, I have other photos that I am using in her albums, and I'm with her a lot more often, so I am picking and choosing here and there what I use for each of them. Anyway, so I thought the pink would work well. It is one of her favorite colors, and so that is why I decided to choose it. I did also pull in a pink, it's not really plaid, yeah, it's kind of plaid, paper from my stash to go ahead and back those photos on, just to give them a little bit of pop. And then I am just inking things up with Black Soot Distress ink as I do normally. Pulling in that paper from the left hand side there. It's from the mix and match die cut pieces, and I really liked that it had the pink, but it also has the yellow and the orange. And the cut file down at the bottom there is an awesome cut file that MK has over in her shop. At least I believe she has it in her shop for February, but it is super cool. It's very cute, and it is cut smaller than a 4x6. You could cut it larger, but that is the size that I chose to cut it at because I cut my stuff at home rather than having, you know, pre-cut stuff sent to me. And I don't know, I just think it's adorable. There is another little piece that goes with it. You can see it. It's on the upper right hand photo. It's a little bit hard to see right now because it's just white, but you're going to see it as I play with it. The die cut file comes with both of those pieces in it. And then I'm just looking for some bits and pieces in the kit that I have to back the cut file with. And I'm not going to back everything. I didn't feel like everything needed to be backed. The tubes and such, they're very narrow. I'm not even going to try to back those. What I am doing is I'm backing the 2 larger pieces, and I'm going to call them beakers. I'm sure there's a different name for them, but I don't know chemistry like a lot of other people do, and so I'm going to call them by the wrong name, so I'm just going to say beakers, and the test tubes. So I'm going to back the bottom half of the test tubes and the bottom of each of the beaker type deals there, and call it a day. make it really simple on myself. I did tap a little bit of black Soot Distress ink around them just so they would pop a little bit, kind of like a little bit of a shadowing effect. And I didn't go over it with really great coverage because they're I can't get in all of the loops of that tubing and such. So I just kind of went really loosey-goosey around it and just tapped off where I could. I really like the way that it's ending up looking. I am kind of intentionally following the color scheme of the paper that is right above it. So I'm going with the more orangey or yellowy papers to the far left and working my way to the darker pink. So you will see as I create more embellishment, or the background for the embellishment area in that bottom left hand corner, that my colors go from that orangey color over to the pink as I build it up. Hopefully that made sense. I also pulled in one of the yellow tickets, yellowy orange tickets from the embellishment pack, and I'm tucking it over behind the photo, the upper right hand photo, to create a little embellishment area for that other little beaker deal to sit on top of. Pulled in a square, which is actually the center of one of the frame pieces out of the mix and match die cut pieces. Actually the yellow label, or yellowy orange label there, or ticket there, is also from that. So I didn't really feel like I was using up much. Not that I am trying to not use much, but I didn't feel like I was using up anything really crazy, a crazy amount on this layout. I really kind of wanted to add more, but I didn't want to get too crazy with it either. So trying to keep it a little bit more simple, but really kind of fun. And by using the center of one of the frames, you know, you can use everything. You can use the packaging, you can use the stickers. There's not a lot of stickers in here, but I do have the card kit. So off to the right hand side, you can see there's a little sheet of paper with round pieces on it. Those are stickers from the card kit. And I've used one of them to back the test tubes, going again from the orange to the darker pink. And now I'm just picking and choosing some of the rub-ons in those same colors, and I am just putting them down in a manner that makes it look like maybe there's bubbles or there's leftover fumes in the air from using these chemicals, or whatever chemicals would be in those test tubes and such. And I really like the way that it ends up looking. I think it looks kind of cool, and it's a lot of fun. It's a kind of a little bit of a different way to use your mixed media, with a little bit more of a different purpose in mind, and I just really like it. So I'm really happy with the way that this turned out, and I really just love that cut file. I think it's super, super cute, and I'm not sure if she's actually offering it as a cut file or as something else in the shop. So I don't know if she's going to do it out of acrylic. I got a little bit of a sneak peek at it, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what she has in, what MK has in her shop for this particular chemistry set. I think it's super cute. So I'm liking the way that that is looking. I'm going to go ahead and start gluing some things down here, gluing down that little dark pink piece, and I chose that darker pink. I had a choice of a lighter pink or a darker pink. I went with the darker pink because it was a little bit more grounding than the light pink, and since I have a light pink in the background, I thought the darker pink on top looked better. It also kind of mirrors the opposite side of the page with the orangey yellow in the background and the pink closer to the photograph. So I'm liking how that is looking as well. I did have that little postage stamp looking sticker up at the top. I pulled that off and pulled in a piece of the washi tape, or a different piece of washi tape that had more of the colors. Just taped it down to the side. In the original, there is a piece of washi up on the top of the journaling area up there, and so I'm just kind of pulling in washi tape to kind of mimic that as well. Also in the piece that I am scrap lifting of the layout I did myself that I am scrap lifting. It didn't have 4 photos. It had 3 photos, but in this one I wanted to go ahead and use 4 photos. I didn't need another huge embellishment area up in the upper right corner, and I didn't need any more room for journaling, so I just decided to go ahead and use all 4 photos rather than leaving that one in the upper right empty. And I really like the way that that is looking. Now, I also believe the original one that I scrap lifted last year had a blank spot in the upper right hand corner, and it had a bigger pile of embellishments on it. And so again, I just thought this would work better, or it would fit my purposes better to use more of the photos and less of the journaling, because I do have a large area for the journaling in that piece on the left hand side. In the original one, I have an acrylic title that takes up quite a bit of that space, and in this one I don't have as much title area. So I did go through the chipboard pieces here. I found the word awesome. I thought that worked really well. And these 3 little hearts to bring in more of the colors of each of the colors to the embellishment areas. And I really like the way that those look. I've got kind of that yellowy orange, a deeper orange, and a lighter pink one. And I think they layer up nicely with the pieces that I've got there. And then I have the rub-ons here, and I found a piece that says fun times, and so I'm gonna go ahead and rub that on right below where it says awesome, so it'll read awesome fun times. And then I am also going to find a piece that says together, so it will say awesome fun times together. Now the words fun times are awfully small, and that's okay. It can be very subtle, and the word together is kind of going to be a little bit hidden and blended in with the background, just because of the color that it was written in, and I'm okay with that as well. Like, if you can't read that it says together, you can still be awesome fun times, or it can just say awesome. I'm good with any of those. But again, you know, with mixed media, you're always adding different textures and different layers, and so I totally think that adding the fun times and together works well. I am going to also start pulling out some of the rub-ons that look like stitching, and I'm going to add those, and those are a subtle detail as well. I could have stopped here and it would have looked fine. There's nothing wrong with this layout as it is, but I'm just going to add some final little details using the stitched rub-ons, and I really like the addition that it brings to it, even though it's just super simple and really subtle. I'm just playing around with which end I want this to stick out of, and so I end up putting it below the heart, and then the other piece will go above the heart. So it looks like there's some stitching behind the washi, the way that it is done. I do have a little extra piece here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into the what would be the liquid on the inside of this beaker deal. And I'm sure you guys are probably going to know what those are called, and you're probably going to tell me down below, and I'm here to tell you I'm never going to remember. I think somebody has told me before, and chemistry is not part of my daily life. It's not something that I commit to my brain. I just think it looks cool, and no disrespect to anybody who's in the chemistry field. I think it's amazing and awesome, but it's not my field, and so it's not something that I'll commit to my brain. I got so much stuff in this brain of mine that I can't fit. Like, my file system is worn out. Trying to retrieve the file in my brain that would tell me what those are called it's just not going to happen. So yeah, it's interesting. I can remember all kinds of things about scrapbooking. I can remember designers and papers and where they came from, but other things, no, not so much. So probably because it's not something that's super important to me. So I'm liking the way that all of those little stitching pieces look. And now I went back to the die cut pieces, and I am pulling out a label, a tab top, And then I am going to pull out the sticker all the way on the bottom right hand side of the screen there. There's a sticker I'm going to use off of those circles, and I'm going to tuck one of those in up top as well. So I really like the way that that's looking. I do want to encourage you to go and check out everyone else who's playing along with this Groundhog Day hop, so you can go and see what they have done to lift their layouts from last year's Groundhog Day hop. And I think it should be a lot of fun just to check out what everyone is doing and what they have come up with. So all the links are going to be down below for you to check them out and go and give them a little bit of love as well. So now I'm looking for another circular element to bring over to this right hand side, and I found the piece that I used to back the little test tubes. Just had a little tiny bit left on it, and it was the perfect amount just to tuck in underneath where the little pink heart is resting. And then I'm just going to ink up all the way around my layout with some black soot distress ink to kind of finish it off. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to do some journaling in using my black 0.38 Muji pen. And that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You can hit the bell icon down below and receive notifications each time that I put up a new video, if that is of interest to you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to spend with me today. I hope you come back again tomorrow for another video. Bye-bye.